Hey everyone, someone on Facebook message board asked about doing a demo, and while I am no international celebrity, I did just make a demo and it came out great. In part, I will admit, in part it was because I spent a lot of money. But along the way, I definitely picked up some things that I think can help anyone at any price point. So, um, so I spent a lot of money on this demo. I recorded at National Sawdust, and it looks amazing. If you look on the blog post, there's a still, and some of the videos are already online. But earlier this year, I was also doing the DIY recording thing. I did a couple of sessions with a friend, and it was great. I ended up wanting to, for this, because I just moved to Germany. Hi from Germany, it's only 9 o'clock here. Because I just moved to Germany, I wanted to spend some money on a demo and like look really put together and professional. But here are my tips that I picked along the way. There are sort of 5 big things for the production values that are really important. I know you know to bring a great pianist. I know you know to sing well. And this isn't going to touch on post-production and making the videos look good in the end. This is just what to do during your session. So most of the time, most of you will probably bring a professional sound engineer who will have his own recording equipment, and it'll be great, and that's awesome. For everyone else who's using a phone or a Zoom or doing the DIY thing, make sure you use good recording equipment, or as good as you can afford. Voices are a little weird. What you hear in the room and what gets picked up on the recording aren't always the same thing, as we know. I definitely went to National Sawdust because I wanted a place with recording that could handle my voice. I have a big voice, and I wanted to make sure that it was going to be like I wasn't going to overpower, and because that's always an issue for me. If you've got a big voice, overpowering the mic is a huge deal. Not getting the fullness of your sound, even as a light voice. You get a better idea of what you sound like as a light voice, but you don't really get the whole picture unless the recording equipment is good. To go along with that, camera placement. And venue. Camera placement and venue they're 2 separate things, but where you put your camera matters. Where you do your recording matters. I guess venue first. You want your space to be flattering for you. For me, that's always a big space, big voice, big space. You need space for the acoustics to develop. Light voices can get away with a smaller space. I do know some people who have had great success recording in basically a living room with Daniel Welch in New York City. He's great. His products are great. I know people who've had success recording in basically large studios like Shetler One in the city. But big voices tend to need bigger spaces, and so we usually end up in churches, and then we've got like a cross behind us, or you've got to be careful with the venue that the look is what you want it to be, and that you can put the camera somewhere. Excuse me. Camera placement is really important. Camera lenses are curved. Even on your phone, they're curved, and that's what puts on weight. I know everyone's like, movie stars are thin because cameras put on weight. And I'm not saying that you need to be thin. I'm saying you need to place your camera well. You want it kind of away from you, and you want it above you. Not at eye level and not slightly above looking down. You want it sort of above you, and maybe 20 feet away from you is the best place. And then the recording equipment is closer. If you're using pros, like the setup, like the equipment's in your face, but the cameras are far away. You want space because it gives you more room to move around. It looks less awkward, and it just gives you better angles, more flattering angles. The camera it doesn't just put on weight, but it distorts your body shape. And so like it's not pleasant. and it doesn't help anyone. So, like, it doesn't, like, and I mean, it doesn't help anyone. Audition videos look awkward because you get the camera, like, below, and then it's looking up, or it's, like, right at eye level, and then it's, you know, and then it's too much in your face. Helpful hint for when you're recording, do not look in the lens. Like, do not look directly at the camera. It's disconcerting because you can't connect with a camera. What I found, so I had multiple cameras at National Sawdust, and I couldn't see them because they had all these stage lights on me. It was great. So I had these 4 cameras, and the one that looked the best was sort of stage right, but not straight at me. And so I have the pianist and me full length, and when I'm acting towards it, I'm not looking directly into it, and when I'm acting straight out, you can still see my face. It was like, for me, that was the best. There was also a straight on camera. I didn't like that one as much, in part because you could see the recording equipment very clearly, and that drove me insane. It kind of ruined some of the takes for me, but that's fine because I had this other camera to use, and happy with it. Also part of the venue is that you need to make sure the lighting is good. National Sawdust is a venue. It's a performance venue. And so they had stage lights, and you'll see I've got like blue and purple lights behind me. It's because that's their stage lighting, and it looks awesome. But problems I've had in the past were when the lighting's not good, when it's uneven, or when there isn't enough of it, you lose yourself. You lose the face. You get weird shadows across the body. And it's not good. You want to make sure that you're evenly lit as if you were in a performance, because recordings are basically giving little performances that are permanent, that people get to watch over and over. It's so much fun, isn't it, guys? So you want to make sure that your lighting is good. And so if you're doing it yourself, find a place with a lot of lights. Find a place with ample natural light if that's what you've got. Bring a ring light. Ring lights are not expensive. Light kits are not that expensive on Amazon. This is something that's sort of worth trying. You do have to learn how to light something if you bring like a kit, so bring a ring light, but just make sure you have adequate lighting no matter where you end up. Going along with that is your look. I know I'm sitting here with crazy hair. I did put on makeup because I wanted my lips to be visible. Like I said, it's morning hair. Put on makeup. You can do your own makeup if you know what you're doing. If you're not sure what you're doing, practice. Practice your makeup. You basically want a natural look. And depending on how strong your lights are, you may need more or less makeup. Obviously, less light, probably don't need full-on stage makeup, but you do want your skin to look even, like mine does not right now. You want your skin to look even, you want your eyes to pop, you want your lips clear, you want a stage look. More intense light stage lights, you want more makeup, obviously. It's like doing stage makeup, more contouring. But remember not to go overboard. You want to be visible, but you don't want to look like a doll. And you don't want to look really garish. You want to look like yourself on your best day. To go along with that, get a blowout. I have crazy curly hair that I love, and it's getting washed today. I can see the back of it. I love my curly hair. It looks terrible on video. I did a recording session in January, and when I left that recording session, I was like, I can see everything I did wrong with my makeup, and my hair looks terrible. That's the thing. Cameras do not lie. Cameras lie, but they lie in the least flattering way. Cameras pick up every bump, every crease, every wrinkle, every stray frizzy hair, every smudge on your makeup. The camera picks it up, and because you are watching yourself, you're going to notice it. Other people may not notice it. They probably will. They may not notice it, but you will notice it, and it will make you insane. Practice your makeup, get a blowout, and like, remember, the camera lies and it's not a good lie. So you like, this is going into my most important point. If you have take nothing else from this video, you don't want to do lighting, you can only put your camera on a music stand below you, and it's your phone because that's what you can afford. Those are all fine things. What you need to do, and this is what I found the most helpful, is bring someone with you. Someone who is not your pianist and not your recording engineer. Bring someone with you to be in charge of making the decisions. Remember, when you do a show, you don't even get to pick the lipstick that you're wearing. And now in this recording session, you have to make all of these decisions. You need someone there who's going to make them for you. If you're not sure what to wear, bring 2 outfits, ask them which one is better. If they need to figure out where to put the camera, don't do it yourself. You can't figure out where to put the camera and also stand and be on camera. Like, you need someone else to make that decision for you. And don't let them say, oh, come over here and look. It's their decision. Trust them. Bring people you can trust who are going to stand there and look at you and make sure things are good. Basically, bring a director. I brought a director. I brought one of my dramatic coaches. I brought Ben Spearman. He was great. He not only did he make all the hard decisions for me about like what the lighting should look like and like where I needed to stand to be in the best part of the frame, but he coached me through the whole thing. He gave me dramatic coaching, and so the takes just kept getting better and better, and he kept me focused as I got tired. I'm really, really grateful for that. I think that's probably the best decision I've ever made. So definitely bring, like, 100% bring someone who you have to pay to tell you the truth. Don't bring a friend. Don't bring your mom. Bring someone who knows what they're listening to, who can stop you if the take is terrible and say start again, because you want to be able, because this is why recording is hard, because you stand there and you go, you're listening, and you're singing and you're going, do I need to start this again? I have to do one take, and you're thinking instead of singing. Bring someone who can be that part of your brain for you, so all you have to do is sing. That is really the secret of making a great video, is just sing. Is sing and give a good performance, because that's what they're here for. Last tip. I promise, because this video got really long. Last tip is to book a second session. Right, singers, we can really only do 2 hours of recording before we want to kill ourselves. Just because it's a lot of singing and the focus is really hard and it's just you, and it's difficult, guys. Like, don't feel bad if you get into your session and you're tired after an hour and a half. This is hard. Book a second session. I know it's more money. I know it might seem implausible, but because they're short sessions, what I do is I do 2 sessions. I only do 3 arias per session, or the plan is to do 3 arias per session. And I do the hard stuff in the first session, so that if I really fuck it up, pardon my language, if I really screw it up, I can go to the next session and and I can do it again. And if I don't screw it up, then it's fine. Yeah, those are my tips. Those are my tips. Best recording equipment you can. Watch where, be careful where your camera goes. Take a good venue. Light it well. Make sure you look as good as you can. 2 more things about look, I forgot. If you have naturally curly hair, like if you've got textured hair that has like beautiful curls and they like hold their shape and they don't have like frizz like mine, you don't need to get a blowout. Your hair is great the way it is. But if you have the kind of curly hair like mine that's always got a bit of a halo of other hair, that's when you need the blowout. If you've got hair that doesn't know what it wants to do, that's when you need the blowout, because the blowout puts it in the right shape. Yeah, it makes it the right shape, and it like gives it cohesion that I'm clearly not giving my own hair. And the other thing is, certain colors don't look good on camera. Red doesn't look great on camera. Black, not great. You blend, like, it makes it hard to balance the light. Certain cuts, like the camera shows everything. Make sure your clothes fit. Even if that means buying a size bigger than you would normally buy in your dress so that you don't have any bumps, buy it, tailor it down. Like, make sure it fits. Do it like it's like a costume. Make sure it fits you correctly. Make sure it's flattering. Prints are often not great on camera. Some of them are like watch TV and see what kind of prints you see on characters, just to get an idea of what's going to look good. Like, pay attention to the world around you and pick things based off of that. I love sleeves. That's just because I love sleeves. I don't like the way skin looks on camera. I'm just going to be honest here. Anyone's skin. I don't care what kind of body you are. I think that it is distracting and it bounces light and it makes it's sort of like, what's going on here? So I wear a sleeve. And I recommend that you also wear a sleeve, but obviously you do you. Everyone's going to be a little bit different. Everyone's needs are a little bit different. Everyone's budget is a little bit different. So you do you. Recording equipment, camera placement, venue, lighting, your overall look. Bring a friend and record a second session. Anyway, thanks for watching this video that got very long. I hope it's helpful. I'm going to link to my videos in the, I'm going to put links in the bottom. And if you enjoyed this, please consider making a donation to my Ko-fi page. Ko-fi is a social service. It's a social sharing service where it's like a Patreon, but instead of big recurring donations, you make $3 donations, like you're buying someone as a coffee as a thank you. So if you enjoyed this, please make a donation. Otherwise, I will see you on the flip side. I hope to make good recordings. Ciao.